Hey everybody, I hope you are enjoying this spectacular day. I did leave my car out and it was covered with green pollen, so I know I'm hearing from a lot of people who are suffering from allergies, including some of my family members. It is out there in en masse, turning things fuzzy and green, but it is spectacular. And I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Mine was filled with, I went to 2 dedications, one for a Lime Rock Racetrack's tower being dedicated to Skip Barber, one for a steeple restoration in Norfolk, parades in Goshen and Salisbury, picnics in Sharon at the firehouse, and Kent at the Land Trust field, lunch in Cornwall. Also along the way managed to plant a few tomato plants, which is a family ritual at our house. I try to get my vegetable garden started on Memorial Day weekend, as I know a lot of people do. Got a good start on it. I have some more work to do, but it was good to be out there. Then, of course, upcoming week, it is graduation season. So award ceremonies, graduations, banquets, various events and celebrations are going on, which is really, really fun and nice to be out moving around in the district and seeing everybody and seeing the glorious place that we live. For legislators, it's also because this is for a lot of legislators state legislators across the country. Summer tends to be, if you have a defined session, as we do, it's less legislative pace because we're not sitting in Hartford all the time. So there are conferences and you have to kind of sort through which ones. I have mentioned before that I have a strong preference. The conferences I go to are all bipartisan because I don't really think you learn much by going and only listening to people with whom you expect to agree. And I joined a board, the Women's Legislative Network for NCSL, which stands for the National Conference of State Legislators. So I will represent the East Coast on the Women's Legislative Network, which, as is everything NCSL does, it is bipartisan. And I think it's a great learning experience. And it also contributes to making sure that we are all talking to one another. And I was thinking about that because I in this season of loads of organizations are inviting you to their conferences. Some of them have agendas. Some of them are purely educational. We also get tons of surveys, and I'm sure many of you get surveys. And the one that promises this will only take 5 to 10 minutes of your time, which I always have the reaction, well, then it's worth about 5 to 7 minutes of time because you really can't do anything substantive. But I did a bit on one this morning because it was about polarization, which is something that's very important to me and I have a lot of thoughts about. So I did it, and of course, some of it was good, but a lot of it forced me, because it was a very short survey, to make very broad brush judgments about huge groups of people and every member of a political party, and it forced you to sort of divide into the binary, which is not helpful. Most of the issues, almost all of the issues that we deal with of any seriousness in Hartford and I think around the country are not binary. They're, at the end of the day, it's a up or down vote. But before you get there are many, many perspectives that need to be heard and incorporated or considered as you craft legislation. And because the pace is a little less frenetic now, it's a good time to do that. And at all of those events that I just laid out, you have the opportunity to talk to people about things, and many of you do approach me and share your opinions, and I want to tell you how much I value that. So, as I'm making way around the district, I hope I see you this summer and we talk about some of the things that are important to you. Have a good one.